Steve Richman, welcome back to the Big Skip Energy Podcast. How are we doing?
Thanks for getting dressed up for me, man. We got the potato chip thing happening right there. So I got to put my hat on backwards so I can be one of your cool crew.
Yeah, the only missing is my stogie. I had to have it in my mouth here. That's right. So you get post-gym skip, okay? I appreciate you coming back on the show, man. You are a friend to the show. Everyone always loves your episodes, so thank you so much. Go ahead, and for those of you that out there that don't know Steve or aren't familiar with his body of work, please take a minute, introduce yourself, tell everybody who you are, what you're all about.
Dude, I'm Steve. What else could I tell you? SteveRichman.com. I used to do loans in the 1900s. All right. That's how long I've been doing this stuff. I'm a professional speaker. I've spoken in every state in the United States of America to over 750,000 mortgage and real estate professionals. Last week, I was speaking in Lincoln, Nebraska. The week before that was Atlanta. I was supposed to see you, Skips, did not work out. And I was in Wichita. I got Charleston, South Carolina, whatever. I go all over the place. I talk. I think I got my finger pretty good on the pulse of what's going on out there. And I never say I'm a motivational speaker. I'm saying I'm a practical speaker. Hey, you don't need to be motivated. You came to the conference. You're listening to Big Skip. You're already pumped up to do what you want to do. You're just trying to figure out a way to do it just a little bit better. That's what we're going to talk about.
I love it, man. I love it. Now, okay, so I guess I knew this, or maybe not. So you've spoken in all 50 states.
Yes.
All right. So let's see.
The last one that I did, believe it or not, was Arkansas.
Now that made the 50th.
That was number 50 for me.
Okay. And how recent was that?
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID? Yeah. All right. So one might say you are a well-traveled veteran of the speaking industry.
When COVID hit, both Hilton and American Airlines called me to see if I was okay. That's how much I travel.
That's good stuff. All right, man. Well, listen, we got a lot to talk about today. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. You and I talked this for a second before we started recording about the need for, essentially why me, right? And you had a couple of good things to share there. And I just want you to dive right into it. Start the conversation off about that because I asked you, what is the newest, most impactful talk you give right now? And you brought that one up first. So I want you to just kind of just go over that and just give us the rundown.
Well, I flip it from why me to why you, right?
Okay.
So that's it. It's why you. And it came to me in the concept of we do a very poor job of differentiating ourselves from the competition. And we end up becoming all about rate. And we need to make that differentiator. So the question really does become, and we use it with AI, why should people, and we get all the same exact buzzwords when you try and do it with AI. So I really ask the question, and I say it's 6 letters, 2 words, 1 question, and the answer means everything. But I really do mean that because why you? Why should you be my loan originator? Why should I hire you? Why should I work for you if you're looking for a job? Why should I marry you? I don't care what the question is. We have been told for a long time, don't toot your horn. People don't like people going with a big ego. But the reality is, you've heard the comment of if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to hear it, does it make a sound? And I think that's the wrong question. I think the question is, if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's around to hear it or see it, who knows that they should be cleaning it up, right? If they don't hear you, know you, or see you, how do they know that you could be a good loan originator or whatever the position is for them?
That feels like Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy from Saturday Night Live.
We could do a little Stuart Smalley with you too, man. Hey, Skip, and people like you.
That's right.
So we can go through that. But as I go back, I think we do a poor job of distinguishing ourselves, and we let our products and our rates and our customer service, because nobody's ever said, I have bad customer service. So we're saying the same things over and over. So it's really, when you say why you, it's let me understand what is important to you, and then I can tell you how I deliver on that. Because not every single person wants the same exact thing.
Well, not every single person needs the exact same thing. I love that you said that because that's two of the things that I do a lot in coaching and training is I try and get across the point that the only name on somebody's business card that matters is their own, not their company's, none of that. It shouldn't matter what the company logo is on there. As long as your name's on there, that's what you have to focus on and sell. And it's funny, I've got a couple of newer coaching clients right now. And I asked them, first of all, okay, so tell me what is special about you? What do you bring to the table?
And they struggle, don't they?
They struggle because, and they inevitably always say, well, I work for a company that's got over 500 different products and No, I said, what is special about you? You know, and so one of the first exercises we do is actually going around talking to some, if you're a veteran, talking to some of your referral partners, talking to some of your colleagues and say, you know, tell me about me, right? What am I good at? Because that's what you're selling to these people, your customers. So
You
anyway,
know,
go ahead.
you know a SWOT analysis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
SWOT. For those of you that don't know, SWOT. Do it with customers, do it with lenders overall, whoever. S, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? O, where do you see opportunity? T, where do you see threat? Now, I don't know about you, Skip, but what I find is whenever I do that with people, as soon as they find that there's a weakness and that there's a threat, that's what they want to concentrate on because, oh, I'm as weak as my weakest link. You know what? I'm not saying that your weaknesses you shouldn't look at, but don't you dare avoid your strengths because
Exactly. Double down on them.
fixing your weaknesses only makes you, it's a weakness because somebody else is better at it than you. So when you fix that weakness, all you do is become as good as someone else. But when you look at your strengths, that's where you find opportunity where other people aren't. So as an originator, how did I get most of my business as an originator? It wasn't through product and it wasn't through pushing an Excel spreadsheet and doing an analysis on that. Because that's not me. You know what it was? First time home buyer seminars, training programs, standing in front of groups, because to me, my strength is my public speaking. It is not pushing an Excel spreadsheet. So I can't tell you how many LOs go, I hate doing videos. I hate speaking in front of groups. I'm like, fantastic. That's more opportunity for me because that's not where you are. My point being, not that you need to be involved in public speaking. I'm saying figure out where your strength is and introduce that to find the opportunity.
Yeah, and spend time, like I said, double down on it. You know, we spend, especially in the coaching world, and you hear this a lot on, from feedback from people on stage. Like we spend so much time trying to improve what we're maybe not very good at. We forget, like, hey, what am I good at? Let's focus on that instead. Which I think goes a long way to helping with a more positive, competitive mindset too. That's a different topic, though.
But no, yes and no. So, but go back to sports, right? The reason that you play that position is because we want you to play that position because you're good at that position. Stop saying, well, I could also play another position. Play what you're good at, baby. That's where you need to be. Spend your time there. Plus, you'll be happier because nobody enjoys saying, I'm bad at this. I'm still bad at it. I'm not making improvement. Boy, this is a lot of fun. But if you excel at something, boy, it's a lot of fun to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going in the right direction you wanted to go, Skip? I feel like
we are going in an excellent direction as far as I'm concerned. The compass points in whichever way we are walking. So tell me about these 4 questions, if you don't mind.
No, so when I look at the 4 questions, it's the first one is this, and the first one is very personal, but really the first question is, why do you do this? And people say, oh, I like to help people. No, why did you pick this job? There's 100 jobs that you could do that you can help people. Oh, I make good money. There's 100 jobs. Take care of my family. There's 100 jobs you can do that. And the answer is, I like it and I'm good at it. That's why you should be picking this job. And it gives me a sense of accomplishment to be able to do the things that I'm doing and a sense of pride when I take care of my family. I want to get inside of your head. And when I say you, anybody who's listening, and just ask this is, I think, such a fundamental question. And you got to be under the age of 60 for this question. Okay.
It's hard. It's hard to do in the mortgage business.
Yeah, I know. But if I handed you right now $10 million lottery ticket, tax-free, don't go, oh, how much is it going to be after taxes? Here's $10 million. Boom. Would you retire or would you go to work tomorrow? And I think that's a really important question, because if you say, hey, you know what? That's it. I'm out. That means you're looking at this right now as a job and you're just trying to get to the next place. If you're trying to say, I'm in this for the long run and I'm trying to establish a career, That's somebody who says, hey, I got the money, but I still want to come in tomorrow and I'm going to continue to do business. I don't know about you, Skip, but I do know some people that have $10 million in the bank. And anybody I know that has $10 million in the bank that is under the age of 60, you know what they're doing right now? They're still working.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really big question, because if I said to you, hey, how much did you make last year? All right, here's 10,000 extra dollars. Go work at McDonald's. And you're like, yeah, I'd grab and go to McDonald's. You just said a lot about how you're viewing your job versus your career. And from a consumer, I'll tell you this. If I think the only reason you're doing this is just for the money, there's a lot of other people that I'd rather do business with that are doing it because they're trying to help me. They're trying to build something. They're trying to create something, and they enjoy the creativity that can come in there. So I think that first question of why are you doing this? And if you didn't if it wasn't for the money, talk to me about that. I think that's a really important question. I don't know. You're looking at me blankly, either in deep thought or like,
No, I'll take it in, man, because I mean, I'm thinking about all the different circumstances that I talk to people every single day, and that it really resounds. I mean, it's very accurate. It's the difference of somebody just chasing a commission versus somebody who truly enjoys the problem solving. One of my good friends is one of the highest producers here in the state of Georgia, and she loves the problem solving aspect of it, and she likes to help people out. That's great. So do a lot of other LOs. Her strength is figuring out how to make it work. And this is the best outlet that she's found, the most productive way for her problem solving and puzzle skills to really come to fruition. So you work with this person, if there's a loan, she's going to figure it out. Right.
And it goes back to this. Why are you doing this job? Because she likes it and she's good at it.
Yeah.
And it gives her a sense of, I helped somebody and I did something smart by figuring out this scenario. See, if you do all that, you will make more money if you do those three things. But if you're just doing it for the money, you're missing those three things. So you're going to make money, but you're not going to be as fulfilled. And
Correct.
That's the big difference, which then goes to number two, because we keep talking about money. And I'm not saying that money is not important. Amen. Hallelujah. Money is important. I am not saying that it's not important. But I think you need goals above and beyond money for that which what we're doing.
Yeah.
I think it can't just be, oh, what are your goals for the year? I want to make $1 million this year. Okay, see you in December. How was it? I believe in micro goals. I believe in what are your other goals other than just financial. I work with this woman. She's a real estate agent. She's awesome. Her name's Stacy. She's my real estate agent. She helped me buy the house that I'm standing in right now. Okay. And I'm like, Stacy, because whatever, how this whole thing worked out. I knew the guy I was buying the house from. They just needed a real estate agent. So I'm like, you're not taking us to 100 houses. It's all done. What are we going to do? So she was very nice to us. And I said, what are you trying to get out of this? She goes, at the time, she goes, your son's 25 years old. Within the next few years, he's going to be looking to buy a house. I want to do such a good job for you that I get your referral to your son. And right now, my son is working with her to try and find a house to go buy. So I always have micro goals. It's not about how much money did I make. My goal, I'm not going to lie to you. My goal right here on this call, I want to give out information. I want people to, but I also want somebody to go, oh man, that's Steve. Maybe we should have him talk at our event, right?
Yeah,
I help
exactly.
We got a thing called Kaizen. You know what Kaizen is?
I don't think so.
It's a Japanese theory. I think it's a really cool theory. It's Kaizen, 2 words. Kai means what? Change. Zen means good. So what are small changes you do every single day that will lead to improvement or something good? Stop saying, I'm going to make this huge change. What's something little you can do today? Because if you do a little thing 365 times, it becomes a big thing. Kaizen. So that's,
I mean, it's
the
atomic habits, just 1%, 1% better.
How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So what's the third question?
Say again?
What's the third question?
Oh, so third, I thought we were back to the eating the elephant. So the third question is really, which is most important? And the questionnaire, is it what you know, what you can do, or how you make them feel? And I think it's sort of obvious that everyone's going to go, okay, yeah, it's how you make them feel. Don't discount the first two. If you don't know what you're talking about, you're done. If you can't get things accomplished, number 2, you're done. So it's really, and I go through, okay, here's what you need to know. Here's habits that you need to do, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But it's how do you make them feel? And the one issue that I think that people get wrong in how you make them feel is I want to make them feel that they're going to get their loan done. And it's got to be more than that, because loyalty is not gotten from accomplishing getting a loan done. It's from making their life easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
There is an MBA study. It's several years old at this point, and people who have listened to me talk and get do workshop, I've referenced this thing all the time because it's very impactful. Sadly, I can never remember the actual name of it. However, it is out there. The MBA did a study of several thousand borrowers. This is probably, I would say, probably 7, 8 years ago at this point. And they wanted to rank what was most important to them, right? And rate was number 3. All right. And closing on time was number 2. Feeling like they knew what was going on and understood the process was number 1, which only comes from exactly what you just said. You know, I mean, the numbers don't lie. That's a differentiator.
the way I look at it is this. And you tell me, you ever go to the dentist?
I do twice a year.
What's your expectation? I expect my teeth to be cleaned. Every dentist you go to is going to clean your teeth. The question is, when they were cleaning your teeth, did they hurt you? Because if they hurt you while you were cleaning your teeth, guess what you're going to do? Well, any dentist can clean my teeth and hurt me. I'm going to go find that makes me what? Not feel bad, make my life easy. It's the same concept right there. It's how do you make them feel? And then the last question, we sort of already alluded to it. It's about connection, right? Can you connect your happiness with your job? Can you connect your sense of pride for taking care of your family, your sense of accomplishment for closing a loan? But do you feel connected to your coworkers? Do you feel connected to your customers? You want to know how you're going to get them to come back? Connect to them on a level above and beyond just the mortgage. It's all about connection. And when we feel less and less connected, then we are alone and we start to wallow in that. But connection makes you feel, this is a Brene Brown thing. When you feel connected, then you feel worthy and you know, I'm doing something that is for the good. So to me, it's all about connection. And my superpower, if you ask me what that is, you'll say, oh, you're speaking. My speaking's good. My superpower is my ability in my network, not to connect myself to other people, but I connect people within my network together. And I remove myself from the equation. I've sent you up with some people. Oh, you need to talk to so-and-so. And when you're connecting other people with other people that can help them, and they're both helping each other, and you step out, they remember you fondly, and you've just made a connection, and you just positivity in the world. So why would you not do that?
Well, you know, especially in our world, we live in a world of rates, guidelines, numbers, that kind of thing. Reestablishing the human connection there is something that is severely lacking in our business, and it's a differentiator. And so I think that's spot on.
There's a thing called friendly, and I know, and Ishbia said there's no such thing. I disagree with him. He goes, there's no such thing as friendly competition. I think there is. I just disagree with that. Because I got to tell you, when I was originating, there were certain loan products I didn't have. So what would I would do? I refer that person to somebody I know had that loan product. And guess what ended up happening? That person then, when they had a loan product that they couldn't do, they referred the business over to me. So I mean, when you connect.
I agree with you. I definitely believe in friendly competition. I think your point's 100% valid. But for me, not to get off on a complete weird tangent there, is that because as somebody in sales, your biggest competitor is yourself. You should try and worry less about what everybody else is doing and worry about how to make yourself better. But that doesn't mean obviously not to be aware of what's going on around you. But like you said, though, you know, if you've done a great job and you're just missing that one thing that you know can help them out, instead of forcing a square peg into a round hole with that person, and you know this other person's out here with what they need, yeah, you refer it out, man.
Skip, make a fist. Make another fist. Bring them together. That's your hurdle. Can you overcome something that is that size?
I
Look how little that is. Do you know what that's the size of? Your brain. That is the size of your brain. All you have to do is overcome something that is that size. I know we did mindset on our last call, but literally that's all you're trying to overcome is sitting right there. And I'm telling you, you can do it if you have a sense of connection, and part of a connection is purpose, right? I'm connecting my actions to my purpose and it's getting fulfilled. That will overcome this every single time.
Love it, man. I love
Connect,
it.
connect, connect. Here's the other
So,
thing you need to connect.
yeah.
I know you were going to ask me the question, so I'm going to just go and ramble on.
Segues on.
When I look at connection, I think that leadership in our business has changed dramatically since COVID. And I think what happened was I'm watching our managers and our leaders are all managing up and they're not spending as much time managing down. And if you are somebody who's an LO, if you're somebody who's a processor or whatever it is, I honestly don't think the majority of you, there's going to be exception, but managers are now spending so much time with Excel spreadsheets and on web calls and everything that they're not spending as much time with the people underneath them. They're all going up. So it's your job to connect to your manager. And the way that you will connect to your manager is know what you expect from your manager, what you need from your manager, and what you want from your manager. Because if you go to your manager and say, I need A, B, C, D, E to get successful at this, your manager is going to say, let me help you get that. When you walk up to them and say, hey, we haven't talked in a while, what's going on up top? And I don't know what we're trying to accomplish here. They don't have time to try and figure that out right now because they're managing up. So the best thing you can do for your career right now, and we're back to SWOT, we're back to all those 4 questions that we just asked, is what do you need from your company, from your manager to help make you successful? And the better the blueprint you give your manager or your leader, the more likely you're going to be able to accomplish that.
So why do you think that is? Why do you think we've seen such a shift in that? We're
Because everything's
salesmen doing reports and actually helping coach their teams.
Because everything's based upon analytics right now. Okay. Number one, it's like, okay, think about it. Amazon, this and that. They all do what? They're all talking about their analytics. They're not talking about their products anymore. And they're not talking about their people because it's all moving to online. So what they're doing is they're going, if we could, oh, I see. We have greater input with credit unions based upon these analytics. So what's our new strategy going to be around the analytics? And the people are going, hi, would you like me to call on the credit unions? But how do I do that? I've never been with a credit union before. Well, we've never been with credit unions before, but we see it's better to go after credit unions because that's what the analytics say. So why don't you, and the biggest mistake that managers do is they say these 2 words, do better. Well, you can't tell me to do better. You have to show me how to do better. And when you've done the analytics and you look at this person who's been doing this for 15 years and you say, do better, and they don't know how to tell you to do better because they've been just studying these Excel spreadsheets. If you look at them and say, hey, this is what I've been doing, this is what I need help with, I don't understand how to use social media. I haven't done videos, and how is that going to help? See, if you go and ask that question, they can do something for you. But what the analytics are just telling them is they don't tell them what actions that they need to take. They tell them what strategies they need to implement, but they require the tactic to go back down to the LO because they don't know what specific tactic is going to work for you. We've all been hearing about the core for how long? You make this many phone calls on Monday, you do that on Tuesday. If that worked for every single person, everybody would do the same exact thing, and then we'd all be doing it, and that would be it. Each of us are individual. We are trying to distinguish ourselves from the competition, and to look at our management and say, management, tell me how to distinguish myself from the competition. That's really hard. But if you say, okay, let's do this together. Here's where I think I am, boom, boom. Then you can get actual answers and have them manage you. Wow, I'm off my soapbox. Go. No,
that's good. That's good. I think one of the biggest takeaways from that, though, is the point of how you approach your management with your needs.
It's a big mistake I watch LOs do is they relinquish stuff and they go, oh, my CRM, marketing, go do my CRM. I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to have to touch it, whatever. The most successful LOs that I know, they understand what the CRM can do for them. They don't wash their hands of it and say, marketing, take care of it. They say, this is what I know a CRM can do, and this is what I want the CRM to do for me. And they tell marketing, go make the CRM do this for me.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing when it comes to management. I know they're going, oh, we have all this stuff. We're having a pizza party, so we have good corporate culture. Woohoo. No, right? If you go in and say, I'm not interested in pizza, but I know that bump, 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 bump. I want to go to this conference. Can you get me approval to go to that? Whatever it is, boy, then you're going to get something out of it. If you know what you're asking for from your CRM, you'll get more out of it. If you know what you're asking for from your manager, you'll get more out of it.
I think that's, that's indicative of, are you bitching and moaning, or are you actually trying to articulate a problem and help guide someone towards helping you achieve a solution, right? I couldn't agree with that more. I mean, it's very easy to point out what's wrong. It's harder to figure out how to fix the problem. So
the time for it. I don't know if we do, but I want to throw a 4-blocker up there based upon what you just said, because I created this 4-blocker. Okay. So over here, skill set, and skill set is both able to do it and knowing what you should do. It's the knowledge of what to do and actually the skill of being able to do it. And down here, that's the willingness. Like, are you willing to do those things? And my answer is, for the person that says, I don't know what to do, but I'm not willing to do it, and I'm not willing to find out anyway, I call you a lamp polisher, right? You're just hoping for a genie. Come on out and give me something good. If you're not willing to learn and you're not willing to do, I got no time for you. The problem's up here. I know what I should do, but I'm not willing to do it. I know I'm trying to lose some weight. I know what I should do, but I'm still not going to exercise as much as I should do. And I had a little ice cream this weekend and it was really good, right? I know what I should do, but I'm not motivated enough to do that. And that's unmotivated. It's not a priority for me not to eat ice cream so that I can, right? That's where I see a lot of people. We know we should be making the phone calls, sending out the email. How do you find that motivation? And I think we're complacent. It's back to, hey, I have enough money. I have enough of a job. We're complacent. We haven't hit that other goals to make us motivated to be able, it's got to be motivation above just money. That's what you need there.
Yeah.
The person down here goes, I'm willing to do anything. I just don't know what to do. That's coachable. And I love that person. And I'm finding managers right now don't have the time to coach you. And that's why everybody is getting a coach right now. I'm watching more people going to individual coaching than any time in my career. Like I said, I've been doing it since the 1900s. And that's because their management does not have time to coach them or the knowledge base to coach them. And then the one who knows what I should be doing and I'm willing to do it, I call that a habitual succeeder. And when I go from company to company, they're not like, oh my God, it's a new person who wins top LO every year. It's like the same 5 people every year after year. If you ask any of those people, they're habitual succeeders. They know what habits, what skill set, what activities they need to do, and they're willing to do it. That gives them success over and over again. The habitual succeeder does not wake up on Monday morning and say, I don't know, maybe I'll send out an email today. Maybe I'll make a video. I don't know. Let's just try and see what works. They know, here are my habits. I do this every Monday. I do this every Tuesday. This is what's going to work for me. Habitual succeeder.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's shift gears real quick to our final topic of the day, shifting to a platform approach. Talk about that a little bit.
I've been on stage and I'm shouting this. This is more management than individual, but individual, you can still think about it this way. We need to transform ourselves from simply selling a product to delivering a platform. Hi, this is my mortgage. You got the mortgage. I don't understand why they didn't remember to come back to me 10 years from now, because you are just sitting there and you're selling a product and then they're done. A platform says, now that you're happy with what I am, what else can I serve you? Think about what other products do you need? Think about Amazon, right? Amazon started as a what? Amazon started selling books. That's what they did. All these people are buying books. So they have all their information. They did the analytics. They have all this information, all this data. They have their email address. How about if we sell them this? And then Amazon grew. Amazon went from a product of book to being a platform from these are all the things that we can do. I watched it happen to Zillow. Zillow started being what? Hi, all we're going to do is tell you how much your house is worth. Well, now that all these people keep coming to my site, What else can I sell them? Oh, we're going to have real estate agents and lenders and this, and oh my, right? All this other stuff. So that's what they did. Rocket's doing the same thing, right? I mean, that's what Jay Farner said, like 2 years ago. He said, we're going to be a one-stop shop. And now they're saying, how do we bring this and put it all together to have one thing? So it's a platform. It's not just a product. And I think you need to think. Uber did it. Uber said, oh my gosh, all these people are using us to be their new taxi company. Why don't we do Uber deliveries and DoorDash and all that kind of, and all of a sudden it opened all the Uber Eats. It just
There you
became
go.
that. Think platform, don't think product. Because once you have that customer on the hook and you're delivering that product that's going to satisfy their needs, what other needs that does that person have that you can satisfy for them also? Why are you just selling one thing?
I like it. And if you don't mind, I'm going to take that for all the individual LOs out there. I'm going to translate this into a more granular, everyday individual LO approach and say it needs to, or that concept reinforces the need for a strong referral circle. You know, if you've got insurance, attorney, CPA, financial advisor, you've got a strong circle there, then you are essentially setting up a de facto for yourself platform. Requires constant maintenance, of course, but the concept's still the same.
It's what we said before. We're back to connection.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
connecting them to the appraiser. You're connecting them to the title company. You're connecting them to the insurance company.
Yep. And so
Connection.
things like CPA, financial advisor, insurance that are not, we're done here. That's an ongoing relationship. Well, then, you know, when time comes, hopefully, if you've done a good job, they'll bring you back full circle. So, yeah, it's all about the human connection, isn't it?
But go back to that CPA for a second. Why won't they talk to me? What you do is ask the CPA, what's this person's financial goal? Let me show you how buying this house will accomplish that financial goal. You share that with them as the CPA, that this is a good thing for you to buy this house because it will help you hit your financial goals. And all of a sudden, the CPA loves you because you're helping their customer meet their goal, and you inform them how to say that. Connect it. That's
Yeah.
why you right there.
Yep. And if you can't do that, why don't you give me a call? We can help you figure out how to do that. Now, okay. So, Steve, before we go, anything else that you want to share with the audience today?
Dudettes, it's crazy out there. It's nutty out there, but I got to tell you something. Your services are needed. So, you know what? Love what you do. That doesn't mean that you should do it for free. I disagree with the concept that if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. No, this is still work.
Of course,
No doubt
yes,
about it. And nothing's perfect. And we're always going to, there's stress that happens there, but the stress actually ends up giving you that greater feeling of accomplishment. So gut
Yep.
through it. Angela Duckworth says the number one trait of successful people is grit. Keep going through it. Keep doing it. We're providing something that's truly important. And I truly hope that you like what you do, because I got to tell you something. I love what I do, and that's what gets me out of bed every single day.
And speaking of which, www.steverichman.com.
Richman, Richman. That a lot of people think it's Virginia. It's not. It's a goal.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help with a Southern accent either. So, yeah, richman.com. Guys, I say this with 100% confidence that if you get Steve to come speak to your group, you will walk away with more than you came in with. His talks they are actionable. He's not a motivational speaker, but they will motivate you. They are engaging. They're lively. Guys, I mean, come on. That's what we need right now. Pony up. All right. So, Steve, thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll have you on again.
I wish you and everybody the best. Cheers.